Hello, my friends, and welcome. Yes, it's that time again. The older man is back with a new lesson. And today we're going to talk about something that's a bit controversial. A lot of you ladies ain't going to like it. But it's a lesson that you all have to understand, especially single mothers. Young single mothers, it is something that you all have to understand. And today we're going to talk about son husbands. Yeah, son husbands. If you've never heard the term before, you have to understand where it's coming from. And it triggered my interest because of this one video I saw this morning. Let's get into it.
Single mothers oftentimes do everything but their sons, and they have that emotional stability that is built within the home. A single mother is a fuckboy factory. Single women become so emotionally dependent upon their children, specifically their sons, that they will convince themselves that they don't need a man until they encounter the space from being alone to genuinely being lonely. And now we're having to deal with the imbalance that was set in the household, because this boy is not your son, he is your man. When you want to cuddle, you go lay down with them. When you want some emotional time, you go watch movies with them. You touch them and you rub them and you massage them. You do these things, everything that you would do to a man to suffice that. A lot of women even dress their sons like the man that broke their heart.
This is tough.
So I think that that's the dichotomy. Like, I'm not saying that your children shouldn't have weight in your relationship, right, but what I am saying that we have to look at it from an integral space. Like, why do they feel this way? Especially if you're dealing with a man-child who is uncomfortable with your new partner, and this man-child is not necessarily a little boy anymore.
Woo! Oh, I know that hit a nerve on a lot of single mothers. And listen, man, I am not putting down single mothers in any way, shape, or form. I just have to display and point out to you a problem that you will probably encounter, and you don't even know that it's a problem until it's too late, until you have already destroyed the boy's mind. And a lot of you who are in denial, I'm going to show you it's a real thing. I am glad that it is a woman that's pointing it out and not a boy or a man. Because Mr. Samuels brought this up a few years ago. And I'm going to show you one of these videos a little later on. But first, I want you to give me a thumbs up on this video. Come on. Come on. Now give me some love. I need this algorithm to treat me with some love, with some respect, so that it will send this video out to more and more people. It's very important. And we have to understand the depth of this problem. Because, so I asked the internet this morning, I think I used an AI software called Perplexity. And it gave me this statistic. It said that 76% of Black Americans are in a single parent home. You know how frightening that statistic is? Let's read it. What percentage of women in the Black community are single mothers? That was the question I asked. Answer. Approximately 76% of African American families are headed by single parents. That statistic highlights a significant portion of single mothers within the Black community. Now, what percentage of those single mothers have sons? And that creates the biggest problem that we're now facing, and why I have to bring up this subject. It's uncomfortable, but guys, we got to talk about it. Let's have a few comments from people from this video before I go to the next video, shall we? Of course, a other woman pushed back on her, because God forbid if a woman says anything negative about the sisterhood, whoo, yeah, those other girls are going to jump on them like hyenas, disciplining the pack. I think she needs to seek counseling. I have a 22-year-old son who lives at home. Yeah, he helps with bills, but I never have done anything. He's my child and nothing more. This lady is tripping and needs help. Somebody responded to her, hit dog will holler. And another guy said, women always disagree with the truth. Laughing my ass off. And this is the problem. How can you deny that you are the problem when you don't see the problem? Tell me, how do you do it? You're denying it. You don't understand even what you're doing to make it a problem. So this is what we got to get into. I want you ladies to think about your actions and think about when you have made your son a son husband. Okay? Let's read a few more comments though. On it, and my golden beauty said, "It's a lot of hit dogs hollering." Tricky 2 times said, "Give black boys to their daddy." Yes, thank you. That's it. But you know these women are going to give up the son. Why? They know that child support is a big part of their income. They're not going to give them up. No. That's all the woman says. Where's she get that kind of thinking from? People say anything on these podcasts if you let them with. What the hell? Yes, of course you would say that. Probably a single mother. Well, here are some people that agree. The real Slim said, "She's not talking about all moms, but she's not lying either." Sunshine Wild said, "They work real hard at holding the sons back. Let go, mama. Let go." Cassie Talk said, "She's speaking facts. And some mothers don't see it, but us girlfriends or wives see it." So many wives are suffering with crazy mother-in-law who refuses to understand that their son is married and cannot respect their son's household. Or you have that mama boy who grew up with a single mom who took him as her man and they never saw a man loving their mother. So they don't know how to love another woman but his mother. That is the biggest problem right there. Listen, I had a gentleman this morning call me from Germany, and he hasn't spoken to his mother since November because of this same damn thing. She's still treating him like he is her husband. This is the problem. He's 60 years old. Mother's 80 years old. She's going to use the old shaming tactics, and she's going to use the guilt tactics on him because when he comes over, he don't do exactly what she wants him to do. She throws the old guilt techniques on him. "I'm your mama" technique. You know how that shit works, guys. "Yes, I bathed you, I birthed you, I did all of this for you, I groom you, I this, and you do this to me?" Shaming, guilt technique. Women do it to their sons all the time, even when they have left the home. "I'm your mother. I did all of this for you." Let's listen to this young man.
Mama is holding you back, and you need to get away from her. You see, a lot of single moms do this. They like to treat their sons like they their husbands, and that's wrong. You see, your daddy left, your stepdaddy left, and her boyfriend left. So she's relying on you for that masculine energy. But that's not your role. You are her son. You have your own life to live. But you see, as men coming from single moms, we're conditioned to feel bad. We're conditioned to feel guilty. But it's okay. I'm here to set you free. It's okay to leave. It's okay to start doing you. You don't gotta feel guilty anymore. Just because your mama chose the wrong men, that's not your fault. Just because your parents didn't work out, that's not your fault, man. Live your life. Be free. Go out here, do your thing. Real shit.
I tried to take the background rap music out of it. I'm hoping that I don't get tagged by YouTube, but that's the best I could do with my software. Now, this young man spat some facts. Obviously, he came from a single mother, and he's talking from the heart. 'Cause this is what happens. The mother just cannot differentiate the difference between a husband and a son. All she see is man. And when she need that masculine energy and that son has it, she's naturally drawn to that. Then her brain starts to confuse the two. Starts to get all muddled. Stinkhead Video says, "My mom's 85, still trying to keep me in the house." LOL. There we go. 85 years old. Wow. Mr. Lobo says, "This is why a lot of sons grow up to be soft simps, manginas, and emotional." Yes. Brothers, your happiness comes first. Don't clean up your mom's mess. She's a grown woman. J Money said, "Son husbands going to be on the rise as none of these single mothers are going to be taken seriously." Exactly.
A lot of parents and their kids, if we're going to be honest, within the black community, don't even have real bonds. It's trauma bonding. A lot of women have kids and will hang on to them kids for dear life because like you're how I get my validity. Ain't nothing else in my life done went right except y'all. I'm doing the best I can do for y'all, and y'all doing good, and that is where I get my validity from.
I've seen that. Yep.
And they can't let go. That'll cripple you because now you feeling pressure, especially as men, as young men, you feeling pressure to be your mama's man and her son. Mm-hmm. So now when I leave the house, now I can't even bond with other women the way that I want to because I don't want to make my mama mad, or I don't want to, make my mama feel like I'm just neglecting her to go be with this new situation, when in reality that type of like responsibility should have never been placed on your shoulders to begin with.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Wow. There you go. Listen, and there lies the issue. It's not as if it's just the mother's fault. The son will naturally bond with his mother as well, because she is his first contact of affection as well. And if the mother is overly affectionate in the house, then he naturally seeks that affection, especially if it's not that good on the outside. She is his first level of comfort. She comes home from work, he has food on the table, he made a little food for her. She's happy. She commends him. If she's working hard, he tries to compensate and make her feel comfortable. So a lot of these things are occurring with the boy as well. She's making food for him constantly. A woman is a nurturer. A mother is a nurturer. So when that mother is constantly nurturing him now, and he goes out and he don't get a woman who nurtures him like that, he's going to think that's something wrong with these women, because mama over-coddled him. This is where the problem come in. I'm going to play this one with Mr. Kevin Samuels, show you a really big problem that happens very often right here.
But I'm telling you, you're not coming across as a man who's at 36 who's living for him. You're in a rock between a hard place because your mom mismanaged her life. So now you're stuck with her.
The scenario was she had some cash, so she put the down payment down, but I had the income, so I co-signed on her loan.
Where's her husband?
I don't know my father.
Okay. Your mom mismanaged her life, so now you're stuck with it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this, and that's not what this show is really for. But see,
oh my bad.
This is what happens when guys become son husbands. No different than become mother-daughter scenario. The mothers end up ruining their kids' lives because they ruin their own life. You're 36 making 100. You should be living your own life.
So this poor man, 36 years old, co-signed a mortgage with his mother. He's in a mortgage. That means 15 to 20 years stuck financially to another person that is not his new family or the family that he should be creating. That means if he needs to actually find a wife at this point and they need to go and find a house, his credit score, everything is being influenced by the amount of money he has to pay to take care of his mother's and his house. What about his new wife and potential kids? He can't afford to do that. Not do that and take care of a mother and her finances. That mother should have had a husband with a house and a mortgage with that, co-signed with a husband. That's what should have happened. But no, she bonded with her son. That's a selfish freaking mother right there. That mother should have said, no, honey, you need to actually find yourself a wife and get a mortgage with her. What I should do right now is I can find something to rent. Don't put yourself in a mortgage situation. That is what a good woman would have done. But most single mothers are selfish as rats. They are looking out for self-preservation because they know they screwed up. They don't have a man to go into the later years of their life with. Let's read a few comments. All men, especially between the age of 15 to 30, please recognize when you are in a son, husband, mother, wife role, because you'll end up not living your true purpose and end up regretting the life you chose. This is coming from a 22-year-old man. Bob 11/02/2009. My mom is like this now. I got a family and married, and I'm constantly having to juggle my mom's issues. Yep. Leps 503 said, my mom don't give a F what I do as long as I'm not in prison or dead. I don't know what a son husband is, but that shite straight weird ASAF. Yeah, I mean, listen, not all women are like this. I'm glad that your mother has her own life and she's left you to do yours, my friend, because that's how it's supposed to be. A good woman, a good mother is supposed to recognize that my son's life is separate. He has to provide for a family eventually. I shouldn't be involved in that. This man says, I'm 1 year free of my situation. Had wasted my 20s living with mom, paying all her bills so we could keep the house because she stopped working. Her big plan was to get on disability. Spent 5 years telling me, I'll get it soon, I'll get it soon. I finally had enough and just moved. I said, I don't care what happened to this house. I got to live on my own life. Yeah. Surprise, surprise. She got her disability in a couple of months after I left. Man, I didn't date in my 20s. Couldn't go to school, lost touch with friends. For what? Not a damn thing. I was the only one who suffered and sacrificed anything. Woo! Brother, that is painful to read, man. But some of these women out here are ruthless. Ruthless. So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to keep this one nice and tight and short. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Let's have a conversation. Are you in a relationship with your mother? Are you a son husband? I don't care how old you are. If you're old and your mother's still manipulating your thought process and getting involved with your life and you can't get away from a mother, she's not letting you live your life with your family, she's always interfering, I'd like to know about it. Let's have a discussion, okay? So, if you want to have a conversation with me at any length of time, get me over on askanolderman.com. Quick question? You have a quick question? Get me over on Instagram on askanolderman. Okay, so until next time, guys, remember, whenever in doubt, always ask an older man. I'll see you soon. Cheers.